Hey, what's going on, everyone? A couple of people have asked me about Cicada 3301 and what I thought about it as a puzzle. And let me give you the answer to the entire thing. It's a rabbit hole, just like anything. It's a computer program. I don't care who designed it, who coordinated it. Could you imagine in the past, high level yogis or shamans even participating in such. I don't know what, there might be something at the end of the path. I don't know. But as far as I can see, it looks like just a bunch of meta programming, mind manipulation, and false, as beware the false path. Like, what could this possibly lead to for anything? I mean, it's not much different than what life is. Now you're just gonna dive into a computer program and figure out, like, oh, you've figured out the codex. You've, I've looked through it, and there's so many different avenues and so many different. Yeah, if you like games and you like to play with puzzles, have fun with it. I think that's a great opportunity for people. But at its most, well, it's befuddling. It's like you could be walking around and talking to people. You could be enjoying the air outside. You could be playing with animals. You could be participating with other humans and having a human like experience. It's not to say that puzzles aren't created by humans and there isn't some connection there. It's not it at all. But to engulf yourself into a coding program of numerical inconsistencies and trying to figure out how numbing numbers can be and how we can take letters and use gematria to turn them into numbers and to hybridize technological mindscapes and turn that into some sort of it just turns into a false reality. And I don't know does somebody want to be part of the whole larger collective of whatever, if this is some subservient group to the government, or if it's a CIA operative organization, or if it's underground and trying to destroy the status quo. Does it really matter? I mean, if you like games and you like to play puzzles and you like to have puzzles, have at it. I think that's a great opportunity for people. But as far as I can see, as far as I can tell, it's just too much of a rabbit hole. I've just as much as anybody gone down rabbit holes of all sorts of consciousness, foods that we eat, friends that we may make, relationships that we may have, relationships with humans as well as computers, as well as sports, as well as foods, relationships with anything, relationship with games. Like, is there a solution to it? And if there is, what does it have? Oh, the curiosity. Could it be? Could it be? It could be the grand prize of the $100 billion and all of the. Maybe. And if that's the game that everybody likes to play, have at it. But if I'm going to be redundant here, as I often am, it doesn't seem like there. It seems like is. Alan Watts puts it the best way, and he got this from someone much more ancient than himself. Is the candle worth the flame? Is it worth your energy to instill into this, that the reward may be reaped, that the kind of effort you put in will give you something in return? Who knows? Maybe it's just for the puzzle of it itself, and if, if you get the revelation or not, so be it. So, whatever this Cicada 3301 is, and as far as I have seen the couple people that I've checked their channels out. It just seems like more obvious mental programming, the way they put the videos together, and the kind of terms they use and the way they, to even get to that point to code crack and solve these types of things, like, whoa, where are we? Like, what year is this? If we didn't solve the code a long time ago, like, remember in 1950s, 1960s, with the Native Americans who supposedly went into the, you know, went into the army and they shaved their heads and they were supposed to be astrally traveling to figure out what the enemy was doing. If we didn't figure out how war worked at that time, 50 years ago, if we didn't figure out that NASA's not really going to the moon, that the moon doesn't exist, if we didn't figure out that the earth is flat, if we didn't figure out that the television lies to us, if we didn't figure out that in all of these institutions, there's some sort of if it's free, it's probably programming or delivering you onto something that isn't actually in your best service to self or a way that you can serve others. If we haven't figured that out, like there's one more. It's 2017. You know how long it's been. Like we still believe there's world wars coming, and there's some sort of new world order and Illuminati, and there's all of these crazy things going on. And but if you scratch, a little farther into the surface, underneath, like you think of the World Bank, like they're not poisoning the air, they're not killing themselves. There's no death cult out here. The only death cult there is people that actually have figured out what life after death is, and that actually kind of looks the same as this does, and they know what astral travel is. They know what their spirit is. They know what magic is. So, yeah, I would suggest if people really want to get on board with their human experience and their consciousness, computers can obviously through techno shamanism deliver some sort of awareness towards the overmind and what it is to be participating in reality. But to stare down into a computer too long, you can get lost in a digital numeric numbing numbering realm that takes away from your humanness. So I would suggest everyone put down the computer, go outside, breathe some air, kick a soccer ball, throw a football, play with a kid, go find some animals, do something, walk across the street dangerously. When it's yellow, don't worry about that car. They might beep at you. I don't know. Go do something. Maybe do this too. Who knows? But yeah. Have a beautiful day, y'all.